As the title implies, this message is for the ladies in the house. When we went for parties back in the days, the party organizer would have his bouncer ask all the boys out of the venue and leave only the ladies inside. He or his bouncers will then screen the guys before they allowed them in. Today, I want to address only the ladies in the house, so I have to then say, all boys out. I'll start by telling you a story. About 2 decades ago in the city of Abuja, there was this lady called Z. Obviously, this is not her real name. She was a beauty and was the toast of all the men, old and young, rich and powerful. She had everything going for her. Lived in a mansion in the Maitama suburb of Abuja, had several cars and owned choice properties in town. These rich men were all doling out stuff just to be with her. Even though she was older than I was, we were quite charming. So up close I could see the power and influence she wielded over these men. People I stammered to call excellency, distinguished, sir, she was calling by their first names, and would toy with them any which way she wanted, and they would take it. They knew there were many in her life, but they didn't seem to mind, or maybe each person felt that he had the magic to keep her permanently. Z refused to belong to anyone and belonged to everyone. Severally, I will have conversations with her about settling with one person, but she would just laugh like, "This small boy, you don't know anything. Why should I let any man own or monopolize me when I can own all of them the way I want?" She will say, "Can't you see the way they are queuing up to see me?" To maybe, please forget this man. It is a woman's world. Less than 2 years later, new youth couples had come into town, younger, equally as beautiful as Z, if not more beautiful. The male visitors trooping to see Z reduced substantially, and in 4 years she was selling her assets to survive. At this point, you often hear her telling anyone who cared to listen stories of her past glory. Breakfast in London, lunch in Paris, dinner in Monaco. Past glory couldn't sustain her for too long, and after a while she fell on hard times and had to move to the UK. As I was driving her to the airport on her way out of the country, I couldn't help asking her what she would do differently if she could turn back the hands of time. She looked at me with teary eyes and said, to maybe, absolutely nothing. I might be down on my luck, but for 6 years, I proved to you men that it could be a woman's world also. A generation of women will come after me who will not be beholden to men, need marriage or a man's last name to define them. They will be financially, emotionally, and sexually independent from you men, not toys or property to be acquired, used, and dumped. I remembered Z because of a message I received last week from a friend, and several conversations that have been going on around me recently. The message reads, "I was convinced I was over him, but now I am not so sure. He came to see our daughter and it hurt so much after he left. I can't share how I feel with anyone, so I just cry so much when alone. I hate being a divorcee. There's always shade thrown my way. I want a family, but I can never have one. Why? Why did God choose me to be a single mom? Why did He choose me to love a man that will end up belonging to someone else? What is my sin so I can beg God for forgiveness?" You can't help but feel her pain. All around us, there's some recent separation, divorce, family upheaval, heartbroken lady, etc. Is it because it is now a woman's world, or is there a clash between the man's world and the woman's world? Most women seem to be living this dream of the woman's world. They're educated, skilled, driven, and ambitious, have well-paying jobs, and in most cases, they are the breadwinners. They drive the middle class in most societies, so you could just say they rule the world. They will only enter relationships and marry on their own terms. The word domesticated is an insult to their sensibilities, and some of them resent the notion of submission to their husbands. There are others who more often than not feel our mothers were a little higher than slaves, and in some cases slaves or property owned by the men. So they are here to redefine the man-woman relationship. So now, if you want to lease or own this property, pay the going rate and keep it moving. No sentiments, no hard feelings. We are all good. There are so many subsets of women groupings with various reasons and reasoning that it will be unfair to lump all of them in one basket. But suffice to say, we have a problem on our hands. The women know they are naked and society is in trouble. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked. And I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat, because I was naked. Adam said, What does this even mean? How does this nakedness affect this so-called feminine evolution, or the conflict between the man's world and the woman's world? We'll find out next week, but until then, stay blessed. God bless you all.